5 was honestly a masterpiece. Going back and even playing it now, going back, it really was a masterpiece. It was solid. It was solid. It had a foundation where you talk about a lot of the characters. You can tell they have the psychological things going on, especially when you get them high on peyotes. They have a lot of mental traumas, a lot of things, and a lot of mediocrity. It talks a lot about the mediocrity of America. And that is one of the best social commentaries in the game. You actually listen to the talk shows, they talk about the liberal agenda, or if you're listening out in the country, they're talking about the anti-liberal agenda, how everything's a conspiracy, constant flagellation there. GTA 5 is one of those games where you just want to replay it over and over again. Just never want to stop playing it. It's a constant masterpiece. A lot of the characters have everything just built in. It's so complex, because usually in Grand Theft Auto the character arcs are like this, where they explain it in detail, but it's more compacted in this one, where they can say single lines of dialogue that means so many different things. For example, Lamar only says he's Apache once, and the rest of it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he's Apache or not, because he's a hardcore guy from Grove Street. And Michael's character arc, and his character arc is from the hood, but if you actually talk to side characters like Tanya and the racer, the Hio, what's his damn name? The guy you street race with. He's so tired of it. It's like tired of these drug addicts almost. It's like, well, you're not in the hood, you don't know what's going on. It's like, so later in the game when he gets Big Hood, he kind of moves on. He becomes like this fantastic character who wants to be like successful in his big time. Almost, like Michael said, a 3-bit gangster in a press suit. You know, he doesn't, and there's a point, and there's even a character, his ex-girlfriend comes along and is like, we don't even think about Lamar no more, he's in big trouble. Yeah, there's a lot of deep things to say about every single character. It's like, yeah, stretching doesn't matter, he's just out to rip you off, get you in trouble, get you killed, basically, in the end, get in trouble, but in the end, get you killed. And Lamar is the good guy that ends up almost getting killed because of Stretch, you know. But Michael the Santa, if you actually 100% complete GTA 5, he's really fascinating to me. But the main story doesn't really show his stuff, his family. But if you have to actually go mess around and try to find all the content in between missions, it's like, dude, that's so fascinating. That's so fascinating, even though that his mental trauma and his family and all of that seems kind of like a B-movie status, but if you 100% it, there's a lot of complex scenarios going on in the background. He's just someone who's wasted up his potential, retired, old age, 50s, if you count 50s as old age, but yeah, he soaks up the sunset. And he's so fake, and you can understand why the option to kill Michael in the end makes sense, is because he fakes out everything. He makes up an excuse. You can kind of psychologically understand him in most of the main missions. He comes up with excuses to dislike someone, and excuses to keep people away, and all this type of stuff, and excuses to make someone like him, and that's the biggest thing. He comes up with excuses and sayings to make someone like him. Like he does to Franklin, is like, yeah, let me teach you, bro. I'll teach you how to be a 3-bit gangster. But there is nothing there to be a 3-bit gangster outside of moving up and moving into a mansion and being as fake as Michael was, you know? But Michael, his family, it seems like every single one of his family members is a stereotype. The spoiled wife married to a millionaire, basically, a criminal that gained millions, that retired from criminology. His son is basically a no-job video gamer, that tries to be gangster, even though he lives in the white trash suburbs. He's trying to be gangster. His daughter is sexualized in every way you can think of for a teenage American youth. Sexualized, one of those preppy, sexy wannabes, you know? But there's a lot of fun things to do in the game. So much fun things to do in the damn game. It is really cool. A lot of it's like tennis and bullshit like that. But if you actually like go out and absorb information and play it 100%, you'll realize how often you do the same things and then you do new things. And it's like that's how you keep it fresh, you know? A lot of fun things, and there's a lot of negative things about the story. A lot of it's way too stereotypical. Too many jokes. Like it's beating the dead horse with how many times it repeats a joke over and over again about American society. It gets on your nerves, almost like it's a happy atmosphere. When you go and load up GTA 5, it's like, yeah, GTA 5. It's because there's nothing serious in the damn game. But yeah, there's a lot of cool shit, like lowriders. You can customize your car. That shit was way more fluid than I first realized, because I thought when I first played through the game, it's like, oh, there's no hydraulics. There's no hydraulics here. There's no flames, flame decals like in San Andreas, and no nitrous, nothing cool. And it's like, oh wait, it's actually really, really, really fluid and thought out. But Franklin is supposed to be the main character because he's in between and the new generation, dealing with a whole bunch of old crazies and hypocrites. But Trevor is one of the more interesting characters. He is psychotic, but there's something deep down within him. A lot of emotional issues with women, with people that he loves, like girlfriends, and again, like his family, like his mother. If you beat the game and you have him alive, you see his mother, and basically it's just a hallucination of a mental issue as in childhood. But yeah, he gets pretty emotional, and he has a lot of issues, and he's like the realist in this game. It's like he's the realist. He doesn't like society. He wants to get away from the fakeness in society, and Michael has become the fakeness in society. So there's a lot of cool things going on with the characters. It's just the story is not as interesting. And it's in the... I don't know, it's just one moment to the next. It doesn't even really have a story. It's just about the three characters and the dynamic between the three characters in varying circumstances until the end credits. That's all the story really is. There's a lot of fascinating things in the story, but it's just basically the dynamic between the three. It's like, and Franklin always has a choice to be more real like Trevor, or be a fake like Michael, and you know what? And he eventually becomes real again when he goes to save, near the end of the game, he saves Lamar from the Pinecone Village at the top of the map, right behind the mountain. And, but yeah, there's a lot of craziness in Trevor, dude. A lot of it is like, think of the craziest things a Grand Theft Auto player can do in the game, and then pull it off like that, and then it's like have the whole atmosphere of everybody judges me, I don't have friends, all my friends are scared of me, the only true friend I have has become fake in the city. It's just a lot of atmosphere in the game that is done really well. A lot of psychological stuff too, especially when you get the characters high on marijuana or on peyotes. Their true selves come out. Especially with the peyotes, their true selves as in animal form, like a transformation. It comes out, and it's crazy. Yeah, but there's a lot of good things to say. Overall, it's a fun game, and it's meant to, and I'm saying it in a good way. Sure, it doesn't matter that the characters, the story doesn't matter, because it's meant to be created around this fun environment rather than Grand Theft Auto 4 or San Andreas or the rest of the GTAs that had at least some serious in it. But yeah, it's a great game for what it is. But yeah, GTA 5 is the best. Most fun ever.
Welcome to Los Santos. Yeah. Where it's easy to catch a case. One times patrol with a pic of your face. 4 deep in the lap, that's Jack mode. Underwear to set neutral dress code. Drive-bys trying to pull grand theft. Bandanas on the antennas, neighborhood death. Rats fucking niggas for ends, bitch, please. Easily, friends turning to enemies. Trying to check a couple dollars, but it ain't long. Jealousy and shots if the weight wrong. Stay strong, die well. Growing up in the hoods, no fairy tale. Smash City, and can't y'all tell? Welcome to the city where it's dead to jail. Steady eating good with 4 licks. Staying deep like OGs and jail pits. Jail. Welcome to the land. Welcome to the land. Welcome to the land. Straps a couple words in your hand. Yeah. Welcome to Los Santos. Welcome to Los Santos. Welcome to Los Santos. Welcome to Los Santos.